Your boy Nico Young won this past weekend too.
Did Nico Young just look like absolute death like he always does when he runs?
Yeah, of course. I also don't think Grant Fisher participated in this one.
I mean, you can't own every race, man. You got to give the other people a chance.
Where is I'm asking, I don't even know if you guys know, Nico Young, Leo Young? I think that's Nico Young's younger brother. Where's he
Lex
racing?
and Leo,
Yeah.
his twin brothers, Lex and Leo.
They're at Stanford.
Are they at Nico's level?
Yeah, I mean they're top tier, but they're not Nico's level.
What happens when three runners
from different parts of the country
with different running stories
all get together?
Pure
RunTok
madness.
So listen in as we talk about all things running related.
And some things that maybe aren't running related.
As it's bound to be a good time. This is
RunTok Live.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode 54 of RunTok Live. I lost track of my count there for an episode, so if you think that the last episode sounded like episode 52, it's because it actually identifies as episode 53, and we're on episode 54 now. So, anyway.
You have one job to do, Chase.
one job. Can't even count.
No, actually, you had like 7 jobs to do. So we got to give you a little bit of grace. All right.
Just don't put me in charge of the finish line places.
Yeah, for the listener, Chase is the only one that does our video uploads and editing and putting it into YouTube and all that good stuff right now. So, I don't think we can give you a hard time for messing up the count by 1.
Well, it's mainly because I'm not doing anything else. Like, I'm not doing my own personal stuff like you guys are. So I'm just putting my work into the podcast.
Good. Well, way to guilt trip us there, Chase.
Nah, I've told you guys before. Like, I'm happy with you guys just getting the word out there. I've been very happy lately not being on social media, and it's not that there's anything wrong with social media. It's just not, it was having a negative effect on me, right? So I need to kind of watch myself. A lot of people have that problem, I think, with their phones and things these days, and I just need to be careful about how much time I spend on social media.
Sure. For sure. What do you guys got going on? What's new in your not talking about personal stuff? What's new in your personal running worlds?
We got Global Running Day coming up
tomorrow.
Yeah, and I feel like every single running club in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is having meetups, and it's so stressful. It's like, which one do I go to? Because there's easily 10 running clubs in Dallas doing events, and everybody's overlapping. So
yeah, we got quite a few here too, but tomorrow is Wednesday night track workout, so that's where the commitment is for me.
I actually haven't ran in like almost 2 weeks, so I guess that would be a fitting time to get back out, huh?
Yeah, I mean, at least for a mile.
Right.
You did the half marathon and then taking some time off?
No, not exactly. I did take some time off after the half marathon, but then I jumped back into it like too fast and furious, I guess. And got one of those little nagging injuries, like overuse injuries that I'm not, and I'm not training for anything, so I'm just letting it go away completely before I start running again. So normally I would be stubborn and get back out there and run on it anyway, but I'm waiting till I'm walking pain-free.
You got the one of those masters runner injuries, those old man injuries.
Those
old man. One day too, Carolyn. You just wait.
Not for another 10 years. Don't put that juju on me, Ricky Bobby. 10 years.
Carolyn, you'll be proud to know that this isn't planned at all, but I'm on a mini 10-day running streak. because I take
I'm so
Mondays
proud
off.
of you.
I always take Monday. Monday's like typically always my off day. And then yesterday I was like, I'm gonna run. And it was honestly watching all these like never miss a Monday. Billy on I Run Chicago. Happy never miss a Monday. I'm like, damn it! All right, I'm just gonna go do it. and I ran. And now I'm on 10 days. And Strava let me know yesterday. It's like, congratulations, you ran 9. You got a 9-day running streak now to 10 days today.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, well, it'll be short-lived. Trust me. I'm not. I'm not run streaking. So
Nah, it's fine. I'm coming up on day 1700, which is insane.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud to say I talked a fellow run talker. Her name is Jess. If you guys follow her, I'm not sure what her actual TikTok name is. I think it's just Jess the runner or something like that. But anyways, she's on on 152 or something like that. And she wrote me and she was like, I think this is the last day of my run streak. And I was like, well, I mean, why not make it an even number? Just go to 200 and then see how you feel at that point. And she's still run streaking. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Jake, the motivational speaker.
yeah, says the person that refuses to run streak. And I'm like, yeah, go run streak. But, your day 1700, you said?
It's right now. It's day 1671.
1600. Hold on.
So it's 4.5 years.
4.58 years to be exact. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
Wow.
It cracks me up because there's this trend on Instagram and it's propaganda I'm not falling for, and everybody's like run streaks. And I'm like, this is why I don't post about my run streak, is because people are rude and they're like, I don't know. But yep, 4.5 years.
And we talked about world records in the last episode, but do we know what the world record is for longest run streak?
Yeah,
it's a long time.
It's like 50 some years, isn't it?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And the guy's still doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has notebooks of his records. This is way back, obviously, when he just had to write everything down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forget his name, but
well, one of the top run streakers, his name is Mark Washburn, and he is in charge of the Run Streak International page. So everybody that's registered their run streak, Mark will check in. So once a year he emails and he's like, hey, if you want me to keep your streak on the website, you got to pay the annual fee. He'll highlight people that have hit their year or leveled up in their run streak. So yeah, the 55 years, I believe, is the longest.
So I just looked it up, and it actually, there is a guy that's chasing down the record, but the record did end in 2017 at 52 years and 39 days. A guy named Ron Hill.
Yeah, Ron passed, I believe.
Yeah, he started December 20th, 1964, stopped January 29th, 2017, before having heart issues.
Yeah. And there's another guy, his nickname is, his real name is Robert Kraft, but they call him the Raven, and he runs in Florida. And you meet at a lifeguard stand, and he runs 7 miles every single day. I mean, he's slow and he's getting up in age, but every single day, people meet up. Like it's a big crowd that runs with the Raven.
The Raven.
The Raven. Yeah, I forget where in Florida he is, but he is still keeping up that streak.
Nice.
Yeah.
It sounds like a superhero that would be in one of the Kick-Ass movies or something.
He literally looks like. I mean, he's a great.
You say his name is Robert Kraft, isn't that the guy who owns the Patriots?
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking too.
Yeah. The Raven. But he literally looks like he has not showered in years. But he is just seems like the nicest guy.
Is he related to Craig Ingalls?
Yeah, I was gonna say, remember our buddy Craig Ingalls hadn't washed?
Thank God.
I
Yeah.
haven't washed my hair since then either. But
Hey, no,
I
there
still
you go.
haven't.
Okay,
I think
so
I was at like 1 year whenever we had him on, and I've still not washed my hair since.
my God.
And this is why Chase is breaking running records in his hometown now.
That's probably why I'm always wearing a hat.
I remember being little and my parents telling me that if you wear a hat, you're going to go bald. Well,
Yeah, it's
I'm still not balding. I'm about to be 45, so. But guys, I'm moving into the 45 to 49 age group this year.
Now, is that age group faster than the 40 to 44 or
In Florida, I mean, it's just as competitive. In fact, I would probably say it's probably slightly more. There's probably some faster people. I mean, we got a guy named Neil Chandler who's in the 50 to 54 age category, and he's still running a sub 5 minute mile. We've got Oliver on our team. He's in the 45 to 49. I think he did all 6 majors this year, and he ran them all in like 2:52 range. Could run them faster, in all honesty. Like, okay, we got some fast people in that age group, so this should be interesting. I like it though. Like, I like having people that like force me to compete in my age group.
yeah.
Yeah, you want to have those fast people. They push you.
Yep, 100%.
And at the end of the day, we're all competing against ourselves. But it's always that. It's a little bit better to have somebody else to push you, right?
Well, and so Chase, we were talking about the 2 mile races that are coming up in a couple weeks here. There's the JTC track mile, and then there's the Big Chief USATF 1 mile championships. Actually, it's going to be a USATF event, so it's going to be a pretty big deal. And I wrote Paul, the guy that I falsely claimed was Irish, and his group is the one that puts this mile thing on. And I was like, hey, it was a choice between the JTC mile, where I know I'm probably going to win that race, or running the mile with you guys, and I know I'm going to get my butt kicked. And I signed up to get my butt kicked, because to me, that's actually funner, racing with the fast people. Like,
Good for you.
so yeah, because I will 100% get my butt kicked in this mile. They break it into the elites, which is what I will run, and then they have the open. But I ran the elites last year, and I think I was like 8th from last in that race.
How many
Now,
people are in it?
The elites, I think there was only, we can look it up. I want to say there was like 35 of the elites, and then the open had quite a few. Then there's the beer relays. I falsely said it was a beer mile, but it's actually a beer relay. So I think like it's 2 people and you do, I want to say a half mile maybe. I don't know exactly how it goes. I didn't do it, but you form a little team and you do the beer relays, which is kind of fun. So Chase, if you're still in town, thinking about it.
When did I say? I don't know. July sometime.
Is it July?
Dude, you brought up your buddy Paul again. Did you ever find out what he actually was? He's not Irish, right? So are we making that embarrassing admission again?
He's just not Irish. That's what we're leaving it there.
cool. That's not vague at all. Not Irish.
He's not Irish. He's fast and he's well respected. That's what we know.
So
Okay.
for this mile race, 2 questions. Did you have to submit a mile time? No. And then what are you hoping to run?
This time around, I'm honestly going to be around 5:10 to 5:15. Like,
Okay.
I think that's where I will be, which is a little bit faster than I ran last year. Last year I was like 5:22, I think, or something like that. Not bad for my age group. But yeah, it's competitive. Like, last year I had to. There's this really fast girl here, young girl that she's 14 or 15 years. I think she's 15 years old now. I think she's a freshman in high school. Her parents are both high level runners, both masters runners. They've been around for a while, but she's fast for her age, and I had to barely outkick her in the mile last year, and I got her in the end. This year she's going to smoke me because she's close to that sub 5 range now at 15 years old. Yeah, she'll beat me. So I'm preparing myself for that to happen now.
Did you hear high schoolers are starting to break 4 minutes in the mile?
They've been doing that for a little bit though.
Yeah, there was like a race or something where two gentlemen in high school broke the 4 minute or set a new record, or one of the two.
I saw where I think Prefontaine's record got broke in Oregon.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Carolyn is well versed on who Steve Prefontaine is now in his entire life story.
I know the man. I know the conspiracy theories. I have found his ex-girlfriend on Facebook. She's doing quite well. So, Steve and I,
Okay.
bless him. I hope he's in peace.
Note to
Conjured him in a seance and everything.
I did.
Carolyn is psycho. Got it? All right.
No,
Put that down.
you guys, no. I'm very interested in, like, well, Steve, I think, is such a cool individual, but people are not, I mean, how did he die? Was he intoxicated? Did he actually, was he distracted when he hit the rock? What girlfriend was he actually dating? Guys, there's a tree, like a whole situation.
It was the Russians. I mean,
probably. But there's so many conspiracy theories. It is
Soviets.
maybe. But it's so fascinating.
Carolyn, pop quiz.
Okay.
What town in Oregon is Steve Prefontaine from? Two-syllable word. Technically 2 words, actually. But
technically, crap. He's not from Beaverton. It's
nope. Super famous. Come on. Well, the town. I guess there's nothing else famous about this town, really, other than that. But.
I don't know. Crap. I should know this because literally, there's a rock.
Coos Bay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got. Not super important. Okay, let's just focus on the fact
that's not super important. But who his girlfriend was is super important.
Yes. Yes, guys, let's focus on what's really important here.
All right.
Oh. But no, I do want to watch the movie with Jared Leto because I need to compare.
Yeah, well, it's not a comparison, but.
Oh, wow.
I mean, yeah, it's worth watching for sure,
yeah.
But no, Without Limits is the better one. But yeah,
I can agree.
Well, cool. Well, guys,
yeah, we're coming up on the Prefontaine Classic too here in July. So. Track's been a little spicy this year so far.
It's it's interesting because not one athlete, well, it's in the 1500 has been dominating. It's been a different person every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just a really exciting event right now. Like the men's 1500, and I think I said it last year. Maybe I've been saying it for a few years, really, just ever since the 2001 the Tokyo Olympics. I mean, it's such a good field right now. So many good milers.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, my YouTube feed is nothing but running races, like just upcoming races now. It just comes through. Even on TikTok, I get a lot of it. But yeah, I'm excited about our field, man, for the next 10, 12-ish years. It's just, and then there's going to be more that pop up in between now and then. But right now, Kerr, Engelbrigtsen, just Hawker. Yard and Goose. Like, it's just so much fun watching these guys.
And Kerr and Hawker went to the line this past weekend in Philly at Grand Slam.
Mm-hmm.
Kerr edged him out this time. Got the
gonna
better of him
say-
this time.
Because Hawker, in my opinion, has the meanest kick that's out there, and he did his kick. Like, he played his card, and
Yeah.
Kerr matched it barely, like, barely.
I think Cole has this talent of he'll get boxed in, and then all of a sudden you'll see him just boom, like
Yeah.
go to the outside, and you're like, where the heck did this kid come from?
He
So-
really loves that inside railing. Like he
Mhm.
just he gets on that, and it makes me so nervous. But he does. I mean, he pulls out of it, like you said, every time. He's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. But I'll tell you what, with that short distance group in the men's, Marco Arop has been dominating on the 800 side. Like nobody's even close to him. The 800 has just been it's not even been a contest.
I haven't been following up on that. Like, what's he been hitting?
He's hitting like 143, I think.
Jesus.
And he's not winning the contest because he hasn't been placing well enough in the 1500 to like beat out the 1500 meter runners. But I mean, he's been smoking everybody in the 8.
Yeah, and then track and field, man. Telling you,
Yeah.
it's the
Then
sport of the future.
Your boy Nico Young won this past weekend too.
Did he? What did he race?
He won the distance, the men's long distance.
Is that's the 5K, or did they drop it to the 3K?
Oh, I'm sorry, Marco Arop did win the distance event, the short distance event this weekend because he won. He came in 3rd or 4th in the 15. But yeah, for the long distance this weekend, they only did one event. They've been doing the 3 and the 5, but they cut the time down to just 2 days for Philadelphia. So the long distance got shortened to just one race. So Nico Young was the winner.
Did Nico Young just look like absolute death, like he always does when he runs?
Yeah, of course. I also don't think Grant Fisher participated in this one.
I mean, you can't own every race, man. You got to give the other people a chance.
Right.
Where is I'm asking. I don't even know if you guys know Nico Young, Leo Young. I think that's Nico Young's younger brother. Where is he?
Lex and Leo?
Yeah.
His twin brothers, Lex and Leo?
Does Nico have a twin? He has a younger brother that's 20, and I think his name is Leo.
They're at Stanford.
Yeah, no, his younger brothers are 20. It's Lex and Leo.
Okay,
Yeah.
So they're both running for Stanford?
Yeah, they both run for Stanford. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are they at Nico's level?
No, but they're top. They're nationals. I think Lex ran the 5,000 at nationals. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean they're top tier, but they're not Nico's level.
Yeah, Leo just ran a 3:40:35 in the 1500 at the NCAA West prelims.
Mm-hmm.
So still ridiculously fast,
Yeah.
but
His brother's probably going, you guys can be better than that. Come on. Keep up with me.
it's interesting because doesn't Jakob have brothers that are also runners?
Older brothers.
That's so cool that running just like runs in the family. Well, running pun, but it just multiple members of the family are running.
Unfortunately, with the Ingebrigtsens, it's not that tainted story behind it, but
Yeah.
the Father Ingebrigtsen story is not that not that glamorous, but
No.
but they were all very successful, very good family.
We got Chase, who convinced his brother to run a marathon in Streetwise. So, I'll keep it in the family.
I did not convince him to do that. Like I said, if I would have realized, then shame on me for not examining his shoes, I guess. But
Oh man, it's like somebody walking up to a 5K in Crocs, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
Hey, people do marathons in Crocs all the time.
Yeah, and they're
That's one of those crazy records that we talked about.
Did he show up to that race and be like, "Yeah, I'm here for the 5K marathon"? Yeah. This isn't the 5K marathon? Oh, this is
Is
a
this the 5K
marathon.
marathon?
Oh. Shoot, I think I got the wrong shoes for this, guys.
Oh my, did you hear about the runner that she said that anything under a half marathon is considered a fun run?
Who said that?
I'll have to look it up, but she was
Is
like,
she an
you know,
ultra runner?
huh?
Is she an ultra runner?
I don't know. But she was like, you know what? I can respect half marathoners. I can respect marathoners. Ultra runners, great. Anything below is just a fun run. I was like,
Somebody posted on X the other day that it said unpopular opinion: marathons are overrated. Give me a good 5K any day. And I was just like, I don't know if your 5K is gonna have a badass expo the night before or anything like that.
Exactly.
What kind of entertainment is your 5K going to provide me after the race? And where's the beer garden?
What are you talking about? You get like a half a banana and usually some Ritz crackers after a 5K.
That's true.
You know?
I didn't think about those Ritz crackers.
those slap,
Nutter
man.
Butters. We do Nutter Butters here. You'll get a pack of Nutter Butters here.
That's better than Ritz crackers.
Yeah, true.
Dude, Nutter Butter.
Well, guys, we've been talking about all these Olympians here, and we were talking about it offline, but we got the new Olympic trial marathon standards that were released.
Yeah. Yeah, so they changed it up a little bit. Went back to having an A and a B standard. I guess they've been they kind of went away from that for a few years.
What does that mean? The A standard and the B standard.
So the B standard is going to be like kind of the target to hit, right? Like think about it in Boston qualifying terms, right? That's your BQ. The A standard. Now the A standard is going to get, like, if you hit the A standard, you get your, I think, travel and board and everything paid for.
Exactly. Yeah.
But essentially, yeah, you hit the A standard, then you're guaranteed entry into the trials.
Oh wow! So the B standard doesn't even get you in?
Well, it's going to be cut off, right? Like it's just like the Boston. It's just like
It depends
Boston
on how many
Marathon, right?
people
There's a
hit that
cutoff.
standard. Yeah.
Wow.
So right now we know no change to the women yet so far.
Okay.
Men's went because it used to be 218. Now it's a 216.
2 minutes, yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, because I think, and again, I'll have to look at the statistics. I think it would have, if it was a 216 last year or last trials, there would have been like 42 people that didn't make the mark. And that's kind of what their goal is they want to limit the field to the top 200 runners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And to, like Chase brought it up offline, they did the math and the statistics and figured that this is the amount that they need to adjust it by to get it closer to that 200 mark.
That is, I mean, how do y'all feel about it?
I mean, it's just a sign that the sport, what we've been talking about for the last 2 years, right? The sport's just evolving. I mean, and it's going to continue to evolve. So yeah, like the faster times just mean that men are getting faster.
Yeah.
And the women's, it doesn't mean that the women aren't getting faster. It's just that's what they didn't need to adjust the time to hit their number.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to change who the top runners are.
Right.
Right. Your top runners are still going to be your top runners. They still have their, 207 or 208 minimum, whatever it's going to be to qualify. It's going to change the back end of those qualifiers. And I mean, yeah, I mean, it does suck for them, I guess, but they have to do what they have to do. Like this needs to be an elitist field.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. I mean, it's easy for me to say that because I'm not racing it, but I think a lot of people are okay with that.
Yeah, and it's just very, very rare that you're going to see somebody show up that ran a qualifying time of whatever, like 2:17, right, and end up finishing in the top 3, running a PR by like 10 minutes, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Like Jake said, it's not going to affect the top runners, the top 3 runners that are going to end up representing the country.
Yeah, because they're getting in with a 208, 207,
Right.
207, 209, whatever it is already, right? Your top 10 get paid, and your top 10 are going to be unaffected by this.
So my question, I guess, is if there's so many fast runners, why not tighten the times by more?
They don't need to. Like, you still want a field that's watchable. Number one, you still want a crowd to come out and
Right.
support it. Like, there's
Yeah.
money to be made in having 200 runners out there.
Mhm.
And again, this is an assumption, but I'm assuming the trials are partnered with these big brands, right? Hoka, Nike, whatever. Like, you want them to be able to have their runners in your race too. So you don't want to limit it to where it's 50 people and you're just not going to make the money. Every city that has the trials, I think we talked about this before, the city actually loses money by hosting the trials there. So far, like the last 2 trials, the city of Atlanta and Orlando, the city has actually lost money by hosting the trials. So I'm sure there's compromises or agreements that have to be in place to have X amount of runners, etc.
Mm-hmm. That makes. I didn't think of the whole brand situation, but that's cool. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lot of it has to do with like money and exposure. So.
Yeah. We still don't know where the trials are going to be.
I was going to say, and they have, 2 more years to kind of figure that out?
Yeah, well, the qualifying window starts this September, I think.
Oh, okay.
So
And
you
then
can
you
start
have...
qualifying for it.
Okay.
Which opens up CIM, which is in December.
Yeah.
And Chicago, which is in October. But yeah, I don't even know what cities are in the running for it right now. I actually got excited, Chase, because when I read the first article, the city said Indianapolis, Indiana, and then it had the article. Turned out it was just the person writing it.
Yeah, because that's where the NCAA office is located.
I was like, is this going to be in Indianapolis? Like, how cool is this for Chase? First,
I mean,
it was
that would be cool.
Orlando for me, and now Chase. Then we just got to get them in Dallas, and we'll be set.
I mean, that would be really cool. Actually, I was really fortunate for a few years. They held in Terre Haute is where they held the national cross country meet for like 10 straight years at the course there in Terre Haute, and it's a big course, but I was able to go up to that a few times, and that was pretty cool.
They need to pick a northern city, man. The last 2 trials have been south, and it's been so warm.
Well,
yeah,
Atlanta was warm.
You kind of want to find because it needs to be in the early spring, right? So it's hard to find somewhere that isn't going to be too hot, but is also not going to be crazy weather either.
Well, I remember, so we talked about this before, and we kind of expressed some frustrations when it was in Orlando, and it was at originally it was set for 12 o'clock in the afternoon or something along those lines. The goal of the U.S. Olympic trials is to give our U.S. athletes the best possible chance to run their fastest time to get into the Olympics. Or that should be the goal, anyways. And I feel like we did a disservice to them, specifically last time in Orlando. And then you got Atlanta. That course was not easy. It was a hilly course that they were doing. Like, in an ideal, picture perfect world, we would have a flat, like Indianapolis would honestly be a great city because it's flat. The temperatures are generally cooler up there. You don't have humidity up there. It is a large suburban city. Like, you would still generate a crowd there. Like, you need to have
They're
a
used to
place like
having
that.
big crowds too. Like, so yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised at all to see it in
The Indiana
Indianapolis. So,
Pacers are about to be national basketball champions, so
let's hold our horses here, man. That Oklahoma City squad's pretty good, but I'm
it's
sure you're
coming.
happy to see your boy Halliburton
I'm
in the
really happy.
finals.
Caitlin Clark, Halliburton, like, you got a crew up there. So anyway, we
It's
just
Indiana,
covered
man. That's where basketball is supposed to be.
the Hoosiers. But no, seriously, it would be I would go up there to watch the trials if that's where they were. Knowing that you're up there, obviously we have friends that we stay with up there. Like, it would be it's a great time for Indianapolis to have trials. Like, it's the sports in that city right now are booming. So
Mhm.
they just got to get their football team together and
Well, and they have. In all seriousness, they've created Indianapolis to be an event city. So, like,
yeah.
that's just what it's become. That's why they just signed a big deal with the WWE. They're going to have a couple big events at Lucas Oil over the next few years. I mean, that's what Indianapolis has just tried to do. We had an All-Star game here last year. Um, Probably have a Super Bowl again here sometime soon. But yeah, Indianapolis has just built themselves to be that. So it would make sense.
Now, what I could see the Federation doing is, because the Olympics are going to be held in Los Angeles, I could see them doing a West Coast trials.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. We'll see, though.
Yeah.
I really don't know, like, how that vetting process works for the trials. Like, if there's a bidding situation, or just,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I don't know how that works.
Hmm.
But my vote, hey, USATF, Olympic Trial Committee, whoever you are, if you're listening, Indianapolis has my vote.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
fun.
our vote. That's our vote.
Right, and just use the US ATF certified course for the Indy Marathon.
There you go.
Well,
Like,
they wouldn't do that. What
They
they
would
would
have
do is they would create a looped course, most likely.
yeah.
Because again, it's all about being able to have a crowd that could view you the whole way. So, and the
Yeah.
best possible support.
That's all right. They can do that pretty well too.
Yeah. Just have them do laps around the big circle in downtown, whatever
Yeah.
that is. Just do that, 280 times, whatever it is.
I bet that's a Strava segment.
Local legend.
If you so fun fact about the monument, if you're in Indianapolis and you're riding your scooters, don't get them too close to the monument because it's a no scooter zone. Your scooter will shut down. If you're riding your bird scooters or your lime scooters in Indianapolis, stay away from the monument.
When I was there for the marathon that day, there was like a farmer's market going on, like kind of around that area that we went to, which was kind of neat. Some good food. I like Indianapolis. Like, if it didn't have its cold winters, it would be a city that I would potentially navigate to. Like, I like it.
Mm-hmm. Well, my family's down there by you, so.
I mean, I like it here because I can run every day. Yes, I have to tough through heat, but I don't get snow where I like literally can't go run because nothing's plowed or anything like you get in New York.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just not for me. But yeah. Where did Carolyn go?
She disappeared. How fast she is.
Hey, we're 38 minutes into this, and I just have to point out the fact that you guys all gave me a hard time for the certain glow that my videos had on my videos. So I went to a local yard sale this weekend. I purchased myself a lamp. I've turned the ceiling light off. I only have this lamp on, and I've corrected that glow to an extent. I still got some work to do.
We're moving our way on up on the the podcast production scale.
I mean, I still don't have a sound padded room like the other guy was showing off to me.
Just go back to the yard sale and get some boxes and start just taping them on the walls.
There you go. No, like you go to just like the foam, like the foam roll, like
yeah.
what you top your bed with, if you want to add extra cushion to it.
Right, yeah.
Just put that all around here. I don't know if my wife would approve of that move, considering this is right off of our living room, but we'll see. Yours is in your basement, right, Chase? Like your studio?
Mm-hmm.
And Carolyn, are you there? Carolyn gone.
She just left. She bailed on us. Screw you guys, I'm going home. Oh man.
All right. Well,
so what shoes are you running in right now, Jake?
I'm racing in the new Alpha Flies, the newest Alpha Flies. I have been doing a lot of my workouts in the on cloud boom strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've grown to like them as fast shoes for tempo running, threshold runs, etc. I still won't race in them. The shoelaces, I quadruple knot them. They still come undyed. Like I can just switch out the shoelaces. I just haven't done it. But yeah, I'm racing in Alpha Flies right now. I do not like the new Vapor Flies, which I hate saying that because previously I've preferred the Vapors over the Alphas. That extra 5mm cutoff that they did from 40mm stack height to a 35mm stack height, and the drop has changed. It just doesn't feel the same anymore.
That stinks because they came out with that Prefontaine colorway that I really wanted for it. I was like, oh man, I want that thing.
Yeah, I do not own a pair. I've tried them, and I have not. It's the first Vaporfly I haven't bought since they came out.
I don't know if I can commit to that. I think I'm gonna have to try me. I don't have the luxury either of like trying pairs very often, so like I can get them through Running Warehouse and try them and send them back. But
yeah, I did. This is like I've been getting like actual free shoes. I don't know if I'm finally made it big getting free shoes, but I mean I got the free shoes from Skechers, which I actually have been running in them too, but they're not like top. They don't compare to Vapor Alpha or even the On Cloud Boom Strike. So, but they're decent shoes. And then I'm doing it. We have another On Cloud meetup / barbecue actually this weekend on Sunday that I think we're gonna probably get some stuff there. We've already gotten 2 free pairs of shoes from them, but we'll see what's going on with this meeting.
Very nice. Ask them
Caroline,
when you get to meet the goose.
Do you still get boxes of goodies from Brooks?
So how they do it is we get like a gift card every quarter. So like they sent us a gift card for a couple $100, and it's like get what you want and then kind of go from there, kind of advertise from there, which I like. So, and I don't know if that includes our discount on top of that gift card, but it's every quarter. So, and they're coming out with their Hyperion Max 3s, which I'm excited about.
The shoe that did it in for me and made me not like them was the Hyperion. Hyperion Elite.
Yeah. Well, the Hyperion, okay, so the Elite 5 is coming out. That's what all the elites raced in Boston. Dez, raced in it. And then the Hyperion Max 3s are supposed to be new technology.
I'm curious, does Dez, I know she retired from the marathon. Does she still run for Brooks, though?
I believe so. I think she's just going to be kind of doing their trail running stuff.
Get more into ultras?
Yeah. She's training for Western States right now.
Wow.
So
She's got basketball shorts to compete against.
Courtney DNF'd her last.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mhm.
Oh, it was devastating. I'm a big Courtney DeWalter fan.
When you run that many miles, you can't get them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll forever be basketball shorts to me. So, but yeah, no, I saw she DNF'd. So it'll be fun to see Dez and Courtney go at it. I think Courtney takes it, but who knows? You never know.
Anybody's ball game in an ultra.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you get,
I don't know. I really don't know anything about ultras, so I just made that up.
But a competitor is a competitor. Like, it's kind of like when Lance Armstrong went to the marathon, right? Temporarily, like he ran a good marathon. Like a competitor is a competitor. He ran a good marathon for someone that was not a marathon runner. Like he just I'm gonna go run a marathon, trained for it, of course, and did decent.
I mean, he was arguably
the greatest.
Granted, steroids aside, arguably the greatest endurance athlete of all time at the time. How many straight Tour de France's did he win? Did he win before he had him taken away? So yeah,
yeah.
I think Lance Armstrong running a marathon is
you're bound to do halfway decent.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and to my point, I think Des will do good in the ultra. She's got that got that competitive desire, right? Like she knows what winning feels like, and she wants that again.
Mm-hmm.
But will it be enough? Who knows? But I mean, if I had to bet, I'd bet on Courtney.
Yeah, me too.
We'll see. That'd be interesting. You guys getting any kind of itch to do an ultra at all?
Yes. Oh! I gotta say this out loud, guys.
You gonna do one? You sign up for one yet?
The Daytona 100. I'm not doing the 100. I did talk to my friend Cruiser Barnes, if he's listening, military guy. Super into just doing the extreme, stuff. And we're talking about doing a 2-man relay for it. Potentially up to a 4-man relay. For sure, it'll be at least a 2-man relay, which would be 50 miles a piece. Now, we wouldn't split it up and then just I run 50 and then he runs 50. We'd break it up probably 10-mile increments. I might be doing that, 50 miles. I don't know if you can count that as an ultra because I'm not doing it consecutively, but it's a step in that direction at least. And it meets my requirements for an ultra, which is it's on the road. I don't want to do it on the trail. Not right now, anyways.
What's the time limit?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never. So the last 2 years, it's been the same day as the Ameris Marathon, which is here, which is one on our required to do list. But we're also allowed to miss, I think, 2 races per season. So I would have to map it out to where that's one of the races that I don't do. It's the half or the full. They're both on the same day, and do the Daytona 100 instead. There's a couple runner TikTokers. I think it's what's his name, Orlando Runner. I think is it. He's pretty big down here. Does a lot of ultras. But yeah, it's flat, fast. It's on the road. It's potentially hot. And it goes from Jacksonville, Florida, which is the area that I live in, to Daytona.
Then I'd say if it's within a 24-hour period, I think you could count it as an ultra.
I don't think I will count it as an ultra because I don't think the ultra community would count it as an ultra if I split it into increments of 10 miles and not run it consecutively. That's my theory. I'm not an ultra runner. I'd have to get permission from the ultra.
From the ultra.
Yeah, no, I would probably go with I would side with the ultra runners on that one. I think that you're gonna have to knock it out in one go.
And I think I would too if I was an ultra runner, which I'm not. But it's not. It's look at it as a marathon, Carolyn.
Yeah,
Did you run a marathon if you broke it into, 3 8.7 mile increments?
that's a good point.
Like, no one's going to say you ran a marathon. So
That's true.
now I could do one 30-mile segment, and then I could legitimately classify myself as an ultra marathon. I could do technically 26.5 miles and classify myself as an ultra runner if I want to be technical. But I think I'd have to do the 30K or the 50K to legitimately be considered like an ultra runner.
What you could do is pull a Matt Choi and just keep your Strava going. So your elapsed time is going to be like 12 hours, but hey, it'll be technically it'll be one activity.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that because I couldn't do it. I couldn't justify it myself. Oh, didn't you also, Carolyn, like a year ago, post a TikTok video about how you should not stop your watch when you stop at a stoplight or when you stop for water? You did do it. The answer is yes. You did post that video, just so you know. But
I remember the video you're talking about. But that was during tempo runs.
this is a race. Is that not a tempo run at its finest?
Ask Matt Choi.
So wait. You're telling. I just want to make sure I get this clear. You're telling us to go ask for running advice from Matt Choi. Is that
Absolutely. Listen,
All right.
I mean, he is the High Rocks god.
Has he done a High Rocks? I haven't.
He's done High Rocks, yeah.
I didn't know High Rocks. I mean, everybody's done one now, so it's like whatever.
I don't even.
Yeah. The day that I asked Matt Choi for running advice, I want you both to legitimately check me into a psychiatric facility because something is wrong with me at that point in time. Okay.
I still have Matt Choi blocked on everything.
I don't. No, I don't. I don't follow him on Instagram. I don't think. I do still follow him on TikTok. I think. He hasn't popped up on my, I don't go searching for him and he hasn't popped up on my feed forever. So, yeah.
Sorry to any Matt Choi fans out there. In case this is your first episode listening to the podcast, we're not exactly fans.
Is this the Bash Matt Choi podcast?
No, it's usually the Bash Brooks podcast, but
yeah, I've been good with Brooks.
I'm surprised.
And to be in all fairness too, I've met Matt Choi on a handful of occasions in real life, and he has always been very nice to me, despite the fact that he knows that I've talked shit about him on my TikTok before. So he's always been very cordial to me. So
I stopped talking. Like there was the New York thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that strung up a couple of conversations. He mellowed out from giving us bad advice though, because in the beginning, what rubbed you the wrong way too, Chase, is he gave horrible advice.
Yeah,
like he just was giving flat out wrong advice, and then he was flat out trying to sell his coaching plans by skewing his own running on social media to make it look like he's improving this great amount when he was already at that improvement period. Like he was just pretending not to be. Like got caught. Like I don't know. So that's where he lost my respect, and that's where I gave him a bunch of garbage for a while. And then I think he's mellowed out from that. Again, I haven't followed his videos for a while. I think his content is more about like traveling and trying.
Yeah, I think he's kind of merged into more of a lifestyle kind of content person. I think.
Matt Choi. Oh, I didn't block him on Instagram. He's blocked on TikTok. Let me take care of that. Anyways.
I'm just going to surprise you guys. I mean, guys, we got a surprise guest today. Matt Choi, welcome to the podcast.
That would be an interesting episode, wouldn't it?
Right? I mean, we're all about just shooting from the hip. Let's just surprise each other with a guest. Show and tell. I'm showing Matt Choi. I don't think Matt Choi has responded to any of our messages, but maybe. I don't know.
He's responded to a few of mine.
I don't think he knows me. Like, he wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, you're the culture runner." Like
I'll say this: his account has responded to my messages before. I don't know if he's actually got people. He probably has like people that do that for him, but
I mean, he makes, from what I can tell and from what I've heard, like he makes a good living doing what he does.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has to get like travel, the run across Asia or Korea or whatever he did. Like, he has to make a pretty good income. But his running, like, because he has a coaching company where he coaches runners, and my understanding is he has like a large following that does that, and then he has his social media stuff, and I'm sure he's got brand deals that are out there as well too. So I think Chase is looking it up, but I do know he has like a coaching platform or coaching company, or he sells his coaching plans.
He has a free Run Your First Marathon guide.
Is it free? Is it really free?
Not. Oh, well, it's a free 30-page guide on running your first marathon. It covers everything from nutrition, recovery, and mindset to training and race day preparation. So it's not, I guess it's not like a marathon like running situation like guide, but it's everything else.
He does have a 20-week marathon program for $50, which is a lot better. So I remember looking into this whenever he first started, and his prices were ridiculous. Outrageous, like ungodly.
Yeah.
So it definitely looks like he's toned that down a little bit. $50 for a 20-week marathon training plan is not bad. I'd still, I'd recommend a personal coach that's going to give you one-on-one feedback, but but if you're just looking for a training plan, then that's not bad at all.
But I wonder if that training plan, and I'm not looking at it, you are, is like a one-size-fits-all training plan, or
I don't know. I mean, I got to pay $50 to see it.
Yeah, does he like create a training, like does he get together with you virtually and create a training plan?
I don't know. He was working with Runna there for a while. He might have some kind of deal with them.
Okay. I thought, I knew he was working. I thought he still was working with them.
They let him go after the whole New York.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
They had the controversy about it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, kudos to Runna. But, yeah, all right. Well, I didn't think we'd be bashing Matt Choi for 8 minutes of our podcast, but that was not on our notes for what we were going to talk about today.
And to be fair, there's a lot of Matt Choi's out there right now too, and you just got to be careful about what you're taking in. We're not trying to say that we have all the best answers about everything, but Jake and I have been running for 30 years, and Carolyn's got a hell of a run streak going. We're talking about our own experiences. You get the Matt Choi's of the world that are, for all intents and purposes, and we might be wrong about him, but he just wants to make a buck, and he just wants to make money off of you, and there's a lot of good people that can give you good running advice. Don't automatically stop at the most popular one or the person who has the most likes, the most followers.
Yeah. And it's interesting. So I actually know somebody who's looking for a new coach, and a lot of the elites, either they are coaches themselves or they can get you connected. So like after Boston, if you went down the list of like the top, I think it's like the 5th to the 10th fastest women are coaches themselves. So you can get somebody like that for a pretty affordable rate, or a lot of the men. Again, if you go down that list, chances are they'll have coaching services or know somebody that can coach.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys follow on TikTok or any social media Scotty K Fitness?
I don't think
so. Yeah.
So number one, I highly recommend you follow him. He's hilarious. You'll know him right away. He has a big red mustache. He wears the same beat up red hat in every single video. It's kind of this marquee look. When you watch his videos, you'll notice there's one common thing with every single video that he does. And he's viral. He's a big dude. He's a famous dude. One common thing he does in every single video, it'll be randomly placed in every video. I'm about to curse, guys, so plug your sensitive ears if you don't want to listen. Every video, he goes, seriously, fuck V-Shred, because he hates the V-Shred and what they stand for. So every single video, fuck V-Shred, and then he just goes on to doing whatever his video is about. It's just totally randomly placed. And he goes on to talk about, like, there's a bunch of talk shows he's been on and podcasts, like, why do you hate V-Shred? And he goes on to say, like, because they're false information. Like, they're out there to make money off you and give you wrong fitness information. Like, you don't have to do what they're telling you to do. There's other ways to do it that are safer, better. Like, it goes in this whole thing.
And, I can't believe that dude's still around. Like Vince from V-Shred, like he's been getting torn apart for years. I can't believe he got that what's that one guy? That doctor.
The doctor, the with the glasses and the gray hair. I know what you're talking about.
He got him on there, and like it basically saved him, because there was another guy. If you look at James Cavalier, he does Athlean X, who's another like long. He knows his stuff. He's really good, but he's been tearing him apart for years too. And that Vince from V-Shred, he just he just talks out of his neck. He is just such an idiot.
Yep. Yeah, I've never like looked into what his program actually is, other because he just talks about like, oh, you can eat carb, you can eat this, like that's his catch, like his selling point, right?
Yeah,
he ropes you in, and there's like, all you gotta do is sign up for this plan, and we'll tell you how to do it. But yeah, I love Scotty K Fitness because number one, like I said, he's hilarious, he's motivational, he's got a super cool story. He talks about how his dad like left him when he was 14, and he's he's self-made. He's got a brother who's autistic, and he's like super ripped, but he used to have an eating disorder and like used to be like overweight. And he talks about how he just did it, like doing his thing. He's like, I'm not paying for some program to do it. And apparently he dug into V-Shred, and just like now every video is just like fuck V-Shred. Like he said, V-Shred's reached out to him like before to ask him to stop. So you guys think I'm bad with Brooks? Like, watch his video content.
Like I said, the ones that have the biggest following tend to have the biggest haters as well. So
yeah,
and that does go for Matt Choi as well.
Yeah, that's what made me think of this. It's like we bash Matt Choi, but we bash Matt Choi because
it's a very spot on comparison, comparing him to Vince from V-Shred. Absolutely. And like I said, there's a lot of those out there too. I'm not going to just throw out names right now, but there's a handful of them, and you can typically tell who they are too. They got a pretty distinct Matt Choi-ish kind of look to them.
Yeah, there's one, I won't say his name because I can't figure it out, like if he is Matt Choi-ish or not. From New York, not anyone we've had on our podcast, I'll say that. But I can't tell. Like, is he out there just to make a buck off people, or is he out there truly like passionate about running and inspiring the world to run? I follow him. Like I said, I really can't tell. There's been nothing bad that I've seen about him, but maybe you know who I'm talking about. But
I'm mostly concerned with like the hybrid athlete crowd, and
yeah,
nothing wrong with it, right? Like I'm kind of a stockier runner as well, but there's a kind of I don't want to say toxic, but like there's this thing going around that basically like you can lift heavy and run marathons at a high level. Basically, like you can lift like a power lifter and then go do endurance events. You can, yes, but there's a caveat to that. You still have to take care of your body. You still have to know about nutrition. You still have to know how, about form and about all these different things. You can't just say like, "Oh, I'm going to go leg day and then go do a threshold workout," right? So I think that there's just there's not enough education going on in that lifting combination with endurance. The high rocks kind of phase thing going on right now. We need some better like education in that space.
yep. Yeah, and you need to more for the listeners. We're talking about coaching and coaches, and I don't want to say Matt Choi is a bad coach. I don't know if he is now. Like maybe his program works for certain people. I do think if you are looking for a coach, you need to shop around and don't be afraid to try different coaches. Number one, and I think a good coach would not hold it against you if you didn't hire him, or her after talking to them. Because I tell that to my people that come to me. And my big thing is I will not coach on nutrition and I will not coach on strength training. I will only coach endurance, which is why I only charge minimal amount. And my theory is I'm not a strength coach, I'm not a strength expert, and I'm not a nutritionist. Like I'm probably the last person to give nutrition advice to. So I'm not going to do that to you. But find what your needs are and then find a coach that fits those needs. If your needs is like, hey, I need to work on my nutrition for running, find a coach that's certified nutritionist also. If your needs are like my strength training sucks, but I can bust out 80 miles a week, we'll find a coach that is his strength is in strength training. Maybe that's more that hybrid athlete coach probably that would you'd benefit from. So yeah, definitely shop around when you coach. Don't just find the first one because their plan is the cheapest. You guys both have coaches. Do you still have a coach, Chase?
No,
No.
I'm not working with Paul right now.
But you do have a coach, right, Carolyn?
I do, yes.
Okay, before I know we're almost out of time, I just got to ask real quick: what led you to hiring your coach? What was the selling point?
I just needed more like personalized training, and I had a friend who owned this coaching company and said she had a coach that would be perfect for me. So I was matched with her. So,
So
but it's been great.
your friend owns a company and
Mhm.
has coaches that work within that company.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's kind of neat.
Yeah. And it's been great. Like my coaches really help me. Like in races, I have carbs to shoot for or pay. Like I feel like my plan is really, really helping me personally. And she doesn't do strength. She will do race day nutrition and carb loading, but other than that, it's kind of up to me.
Yep. Well, cool. If
Yeah.
I ever hire a coach, my coach would have their strengths would have to be nutrition and strength.
Gotcha.
In all honesty, because those are my weaknesses. Nutrition being the biggest of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably get a coach eventually again. I mean, it's been a hot minute since I've had one.
Would you get a coach within your like community, or would you kind of go
I've
outside?
mentioned it. The one coach that I would still potentially want to connect with is Keith Brantley.
Nice.
Like I trust all of his opinions, nutrition, strength, and running. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go for a strength coach. I need one of those.
Mm.
My biggest
Yeah.
gap
Honest,
there.
it was kind of funny. I was at a group run Thursday night, and there's a couple that comes out. The cruiser, the guy that wants to do the Daytona, might be doing the Daytona 100 with. His wife goes out, and he has a couple of kids. His wife is Hawaiian, and he's not. Um, and someone made a comment to me about his wife, and he goes, "Oh, is that your wife?" to me. And I said, "No. You see the guy over there that's twice my size and could probably break me just by looking at me? That's her husband." So yeah, I'm definitely not her husband. But I need to work on strength. Maybe Cruiser. Maybe I'll reach out to him. Maybe he'll help me out.
All right, well, Carolyn, why don't you tell us how everybody can reach us?
Yes, so you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube at RunTok Live. You can email us at runtalklive@gmail.com. I'm on Instagram at Carolyn M. Levenway and TikTok at Carolyn McDuff. Chase, where can people find you?
Just look me up on any of the platforms, Chaser, No Pacer, because the Pacers are in the NBA Finals right now. So, Jake, what about you?
You could find me watching the Indiana Pacers, hopefully beating the Oklahoma City Thunder, on my couch. No, it's the Cultural Runner, guys. You can find me at the Cultural Runner on Instagram and TikTok, primarily TikTok. And fun fact: if you are looking for a nutritionist, I'm not the person you want to reach out to because it's 9:15 at night and I'm drinking a Coca-Cola right now. So don't do that.
All right, well, this has been another fun-filled episode of RunTok Live. We'll see y'all on the next one.
See you guys later.